My Life as a King is a downloadable Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles game for WiiWare, but it doesn't play like your typical Final Fantasy RPG. Instead of adventuring out into the countryside, slaying monsters, and exploring dungeons, players remain in the safe confines of their castle while they send their subjects out to do their dirty work. My Life as a King is a management/city building game rather than an RPG. Players take on the role of the nerdiest little king ever. I find it hard to believe anyone would take orders from this sissy, but whatever. While the premise may sound disappointing at first, it does prove to be engaging if you put enough time into it. The game starts out slow when you're only able to perform 1 or 2 tasks each day. But if you stick with it, the population will grow and there will be more business for you to manage. At the start of each day, you post jobs on a bulletin board in town. Your adventurers will gather around and volunteer, and you have to handpick the right man or woman for each job. Then they'll be off on their fantastic journey while you stay home and take part in some urban planning. You can also talk to your citizens and boost their morale, which leads to more money for your coffers. Your life would be more engrossing if your city felt like it was alive and bustling, but your subjects mostly follow the same paths every day and repeat the same dialogue over and over. You still get morale boosts for having the same conversations, but the repeats make the already repetitive gameplay feel even more like busy work. Despite these complaints, I still found myself looking forward to each new day. The game is pretty good about unveiling new story details here and there and making new buildings available to you on a fairly regular basis. There is quite a lot of downloadable content already available that ranges from new sissy outfits to additional dungeons that will make new buildings available. Buying all of this content costs $40 including the game, which is a bit pricey for a downloadable game. Luckily, there's enough content in the initial download to keep you going for many hours, so it doesn't feel like Square Enix ripped us off by withholding things that should have been in the game. I liked My Life as a King more and more as I played it. Sure, it's basically a Final Fantasy game where you stay at home and send other people out to play Final Fantasy, but there is satisfaction to be gained from building a kingdom and keeping your subjects happy. It's not going to appeal to everyone, but it's a unique title that definitely has a place on Nintendo's new WiiWare service. If you're a Final Fantasy fanatic, you've probably already downloaded My Life as a King. For everyone else, I would recommend it if you're looking for something a little different and you don't mind games that move at a slower pace.